Welcome to This Week with Old Sarge. Woo, took me a little trip last week. It's doggone summertime. I'm supposed to be able to take a doggone trip, so I did. Had a little bit of a good time, too. Got my 2 recliners for Father's Day. Been ordered, finally came in. Woo, got 2 of them. Ah, what a good bunch of boys. Feel like a rich man. They done good. Woo, there's some nice chairs. So this week we're going to talk about the last century when I was back here in big college. Oh yeah, when I graduated high school, went down to the junior college that summer, started taking classes immediately. Didn't finish up though, got a big chance for promotion at work. Figured I'd go with the money because I needed some money. So that's what I did. Didn't finish up my associate's degree, just a little bit short of that. Took a couple years working, and I got the opportunity to find out that this promotion's pretty much dead end. Ain't going nowhere. Had a nice fellow offer me a job that would allow me to go back to college, plus working at the same time. So I did. Went down to the big 4-year college. Gave them a transcript from the old junior college. They set me on a course. Give them a 4-year degree. But, doggone price, everything keeps going up. Couldn't afford that college much longer. Decided to join the ROTC, have the United States government pay for my doggone college. Of course, you got to give them a little something in return. They're making an investment. They want a little payoff. So I went down there and joined up. A lot of paperwork involved in that, as you might imagine. One of them is making sure that your projected graduation date is correct, because it's got to be set in stone, because you're signing a contract with the government of these United States. College has got to be on the ball. Students got to be on the ball. Government's holding them to it. Got me a 2-year scholarship. Woo, they never had no scholarship before. Full ride. Woo, doggone. Things looking up. Got a little light coming up on the horizon. Looking like it's going to be a better day one of these days in the future. Pretty happy about that. Till I was in my 2nd year of that contract, scholarship and all that. Captain down to ROTC grabbed me by the swivel, jerked me into his office, said, "Look here, you need to get your ass up to the business chair." Yeah, the big boss. He's got some news for you. You got to get this shit squared away. It's like the military, they don't tell you everything. Just tell you enough to make you nervous. Woo! A lot of fire under your butt, and away you go. Scooting right up there. Go up to the old secretary and tell that lady who I is. And she's like, "Go on in, he's waiting on you." What a pretty office. Woo! See where all that college money's going? Dang! Sit down in there in the doggone office bigger than most people's houses. Like, dang. I don't know how you fill all this up. He's like, "We got a problem." I'm like, "Well, problem's my middle name. I've been a jackass most of my life. Hit me with it." He's like, "Well, your advisor has made a mistake on how many courses you need to complete to get your degree." I'm like, "All right, little more information be good." And he's like, "It's a pretty big error." I'm like, "Well, that is a problem, because I got a contract with the military that says I'm graduating on this here date. And I'm supposed to go active duty this here date. And I'm out of here." He's like, "Yeah, that is a problem." I'm like, "Well, don't sound like it's too much of my problem," is what I'm thinking. Let's hear what the man's got to say with the big office. He's like, well, he said, I've been looking at your records. Yeah, they ain't distinguished, I can tell you that right now. Working my ass off, taking a full load of college, plus all the crap you got to do with ROTC. I'm lucky if I get 4 hours sleep a night. Woo! There ain't any more hours in the day. So he's like, you went to junior college, didn't you? I said, yes, sir, but I did not get my associate's, so you give me credit for it, but not towards a degree. He's like, well, maybe we can. And I'm like, man, I ain't believing what I'm hearing here. He's like, these computer courses you took them with so-and-so? And I'm like, yeah, great lady. And he's like, yeah, I know her. She's squared away. He said, that class is pretty much close to this class that you need that we're offering here, you know, a class you need to take, so we're going to give you credit for that. Okay. Hey, I'm all for that. But then he really goes to town. I guess this was a much bigger problem than I really thought it was. I knew it was a big problem, but apparently for this fella, it was a huge problem. He starts marking off courses I need to take in the future. Now, that's what you took care is pretty much like this here, and bop, 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 bop. He says, you think you can take an extra semester of school? I'm like, well, I don't know. I signed a contract, said, you know, y'all said I was going to graduate this date. If I didn't fail anything, I don't know if they give me an extension or not. You're going to talk to the captain. He's like, I'll talk to the captain. He's like, I think that's what we'll have you do. Instead of finishing up 2 more semesters, you're going to finish up in 3 more semesters. I'm like, dang, man, he's marked off a lot of classes. I'm like, well, let me know. I'm sure the captain will let me know. We were tight, just like this. He was all over me most of the time. So sure enough, Army's good with that. We can work with that. You're going to get commissioned on time, and you're just going to stick around for another semester before you go to officer basic course. We'll put you about 6 months behind the rest of your class, but that's okay. We won't worry about that. Still got that body for the money we invested. I had to pay for that last semester my own self, though. Woo! Good thing I was good to save money, because they hurt me pretty good. Graduating at the doggone end of November, first part of December. Went down there, tried to clear out of college, because January I had to be out there at Redstone Arsenal, Alabama. Going to officer basic course. Go down there to the administrator's office. Said, I just graduated. I need to settle up with you, and I'm out. The lady says, well, the only thing you got to pay for is your graduation fee and your cap and gown. I said, lady, I ain't going to be here in May or June or whenever your graduation is. I'm going to be in Alabama. Doesn't matter. You want to graduate, you got to pay the fee. Like, you got to pull out the checkbook. Here you go. Give you some money. That's what it's all about, just giving you some money. But I pretty much made out on the deal thanks to the military. So that's one positive thing I got to say about the ROTC contract situation. At least it saved me a hell of a lot of time and a lot of money. And that business chair, no problem at all. I got my credit for my 4-year degree. It only took me 7.5 years. Going to junior college, working, and then going back to this other school. Woo! A lot of time spent. I did earn it, one way or another. So shout out section this week. Shout out to all my B troopers out there doing that job, taking care of business, doing things right the first time, every time without fail. Appreciate what you're doing out there, holding true to your oath. Taking care of business. We thank you. Thank you very much. Military, we appreciate what you're doing out there at home and overseas. holding that line, standing that post, keeping us safe. Thank you. Thank you very much. So till next week, me and Christmas Pig.